Oh hey, it's me again, and today I'll be drawing Lisbeth Salander from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Obviously, I love Lisbeth. I mean, who doesn't? Like, if you don't like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, what is your problem, first of all? It's a movie that I can't watch very often, the American version at least, and actually the Swedish version as well, because they both display graphic images of violence towards women, and that's not always fun to watch. So I don't often watch it, but I did read the books. I love the books. I read them last year, so I have the book in front of me just to kind of like remind me of what happened. Honestly, the most memorable part is when she's talking about her computer, and because this book was made in the early 2000s, the computer that she has is super sucky, but in the book it's like, look how high-tech this computer is, it's got Unix or something, and I just remember reading it and being like, wow, my cell phone has a higher CPU than that computer. But anyways, these books are marvelous. Story time, because I can't help but talk about myself. I've been through some traumatic things in my life, and because of that, I had an ex-boyfriend who was like, you need to channel like a character, you need to channel Lisbeth Salander from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And so he bought me The Psychology of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and was like, read this and be her. And then I read the book, and it was like, Lisbeth Salander has a lot of mental issues because she's been through a lot of trauma, and it's not healthy, and she's not healthy, and she's a little bit messed up. And then I was like, are you sure you want me to be like this woman? I mean, she's awesome and badass and is very empowered, but also she's been traumatized to hell and back. So not exactly sure why you want me to be like that. But anyways, the book itself is really wonderful. I do actually still have some issues with some of the things in the book. Like in the second or third book, when she gets rich, spoiler alert, she gets rich, and she gets breast implants, and I was like, she's such a badass woman. Why does she feel like she needs to get breast implants? That's kind of just reinforcing this patriarchal view of what women should look like. But I'm not here telling people they shouldn't get surgery if it makes them happy. Good for you. It just doesn't seem really in her character to want to do that. As someone with small breasts myself, I was a little bit disappointed. I was like, just own them, own your little oranges, whatever. So what else happened in this book? Because it's translated from Swedish, and I'm just assuming a lot of the descriptions can seem a little bit foreign. Also, I feel like I'm mostly reviewing the second book. When I was reading the second book to my fiance, and when it goes over all the things she bought from IKEA, and it was just all of this random IKEA furniture, we laughed about that so much because it was for half a chapter. And then she bought a Blukenslagen for her dining room, which looked great with her Flugenstein, just making her apartment complete. And it just seemed so strange, but the Swedes, they got their own culture going on. Shout out to the Swedish. We love the Swedish sticks. Sweden seems like an interesting place. My estranged sister, lived in Sweden for a long time. I think she still lives there part-time, but she doesn't know any Swedish, and she's lived there for 5 years. But a lot of what she said the culture was very Midsummer-esque. Men would dance in circles with flowers for fertility and things. So, that's kind of cool. I'm drinking LaCroix. So this illustration, I still get nervous because I'm recording my process, and I'm really not used to anyone seeing me draw. So there are times where I will just turn the camera off and just do my own thing, because I don't like people watching me do things, which is maybe a reason why I shouldn't be doing this project because I'm like super nervous about people watching me in any capacity, but you're not watching my face, you're watching my drawing, which is almost scarier, but that's fine, you know. So other things that stood out to me about the girl with the dragon tattoo, the book, was that there are it dives a lot deeper into the plot in the book, obviously, than it does in the movies. And I've seen both movies. I've seen the Swedish and the American, I think I said that. And they leave out more in the American version. And also Lisbeth in the American version of the movie does not really match who she is in the book. She's actually a lot more outspoken in the books, and in the movie she's kind of like more quiet and reserved. In the American one, at least, I think they were more accurate in the Swedish version. But like, I love Runa Mari. I loved her portrayal of Lisbeth Salander in the American movies, and I actually was extremely disappointed when they decided that they weren't going to chronologically film the girl, or like the Millennium Series, because I really wanted to see her play Lisbeth again. I just thought she was so great. Even if it wasn't like a perfect portrayal of Lisbeth in the books, I still thought that Runa Mari did such a great job. I haven't seen the girl who, the caught in the spider web, I think, with Claire Foy. Didn't watch it because honestly I haven't read that book yet. I think I have it, but I haven't read it yet. And also I heard that it was just kind of disappointing, not as iconic as the Millennium series is supposed to be, because I guess after Stieg Larsson died, he got his son, or his son decided to write the next books, or his cousin, or like some relative, and it's all controversial because of it's not really Stieg Larsson, and nobody can really write on his behalf because he's so iconic. But I found the girl who took an eye for an eye, and I think the girl caught in the spider's web on the side of the road one day, so I picked them up and now they're on my shelf waiting for me to read them. And this is where this illustration gets a little bit choppy, because I thought I was recording for a lot of it, but then it turns out I wasn't, so I actually got rid of all of her facial features, something I do sometimes to just make it minimalist if I don't think that the facial features actually add anything. In this case, I'm not a huge fan of them, so I did decide, and you'll see in the next frame, I decided to get rid of them, and I wanted to texturize the artwork as well, but I think I decided not to texturize it. So 3, 2, 1, kablam. I did this instead. And I love the image in the movie with her shirt that says F you effing F, but I decided that was a bit too rude, and what if my mom's watching this and she would be so disappointed in me. So it says frick you frickin' frick, which is one of my favorite sayings from childhood. My brother used to tell that to me all the time, like literally frick you frickin' frick, because we were raised very religiously and didn't often swear. So you can see here I'm trying to play around with textures, but I'm never actually super happy with it. So I think in the end I just leave it untexturized and very simple, and I think that it captures Lisbeth pretty well. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.